really happy to be back, and everybody playing on this bill is a friend of mine. Popa Chubby and Jimmy Thackery and I made a record together 18 years ago. Dana Fuchs is a great friend of mine. I'm really excited to be back, and I think it's going to be a great couple of evenings of music.
I'm looking forward to a wonderful time playing for a completely different audience than I've ever been in front of before.
You know, to play for an Indian audience, I've never even dreamed I would get that opportunity. So I'm really just looking forward to trying to connect with people and say, hey, I'm new to this, you're new to this, let's do this.
I'm just so looking forward to playing at the Mahindra Blues Festival. My first time here, and we're going to make it the best, the very best experience for everybody.
Are you ready for some blues? Yeah! This is called the People's Blues. This is your blues, and I get to play it, but you get to listen, and together we're going to make the blues happen. Listen.
We love you, man!
The biggest party ever in Mumbai. We're going to throw the biggest party, man, and everybody's invited. We're going to have a great time, man. It's going to be, I'm telling you, man, we're going to make a big impression. We're going to throw the best show that Mumbai has ever seen. People are going to talk about it for years. It's about energy. It's about excitement and about energy. There are no spectators at the Popa Chubby show, only participants. Everybody participates. You know, I want people to feel the music and feel the soul and feel the power. It's all about connection, man. It's all about, that's what life is about, connection. This is kind of, I'm getting kind of esoteric here, but we live with the illusion of separation. You think you're different than I am. You think you're separate than I am. He thinks he's separate. The cameraman is separate from the interviewer. The interviewer is separate from the artist. But when we experience art, music, art, however you want to see it, and we experience that and we connect together, the separation disappears, and all we have is oneness, which is truth. Truth is reality.
1, 2, 3!
I think Popa Chubby is definitely a performer on stage, a wonderful human being to interact with and work with.
I've always been here, and this year I couldn't make it, but I just rushed back enough, just in time to get to watch Popa Chubby, who I've known for like years. I mean, I've heard his music years ago, and I've been a great fan of his. He's just amazing. He's got a great, positive energy in his playing, and it's the same energy at the end of the show. It starts like that, it ends like that, and he's a great player, very melodic, at the same time, edgy. I love the rawness of his guitar playing.
This was actually my last tattoo. I don't know if you could tell, but it's a tattoo of Ganesh. Very good. I like Ganesh very much. I know he's very important in Indian culture. Ganesh is the god you pray to get. He's the remover of obstacles, right? So I like that concept on a spiritual level. I like that you can have something that will intercede for you, to help you and to remove, because everybody has obstacles in their life. Some are self-imposed, some are situations, but they all mean something different, man, and it's all good. I like tattoos. It's fun. I'm sure a lot of people in Mumbai come from a lot of poverty, and they feel no hope. There's no hope for how they're ever going to get out of it. That was me. I was a really poor kid, and I thought, nothing's ever going to happen for me. I'm never going to be, I'm going to be poor for the rest of my life. And then music came to me, and here I am in a 5-star hotel, talking to a beautiful woman and playing music.
Back again, 3rd year in a row from Dallas, Texas. I promised last year that I would be back, and here I am. Well, I'm a real fan of Popa Chubby. I'm anxious to see Walter Trout tonight. And then, of course, Robert Randolph. Excellent.
There is no such thing as introduction to the blues. It's the simplest kind of music to understand. It touches a chord with everyone. I think it's the most loved form of music among the different Western genres in India. Actually, blues is the best.
Blues for me is it would definitely be something that comes right out of the soul, right out of the heart. You know, it's I would say it being an Indian and being from here, I would say like how ghazals are. Blues is exactly for me that, you know, it's basically human emotions.
Well, I've been attending the Blues Festival from year one, 2011, 12, and this is the third one. So, you know, fan of blues, so have to be here.
Walter Trout.
Walter Trout. I'm really looking forward to watching him. I got him, what was it, 4 years ago? Yeah, 4 years ago. And so I'm looking forward to that again.
I'm looking forward to Walter Trout tonight.
I will be doing some numbers off my most current album, which is called Blues for the Modern Days. And we spell days D-A-Z-E, which I explained to some audiences what that means is this. You know, it seems like a lot of the modern world right now is a little crazy. I'm lucky in that I love doing this. And there are times I have to say that if I feel overwhelmed with it, like, how do I keep creating? How do I keep coming up with something new? I hear the voice of my mother, and she goes like this, and she says, Walter, you wanted to be a musician. You're a musician. Make music. And it's a beautiful moment for me, and it becomes easy. And this is a song that I wrote for my mother. She did her best to give us kind of a normal life, but she struggled hard. She had a tough time. So this is my little remembrance to her. It's called I Saw My Mama Crying.
She would not feel so all alone.
There are a lot of, to me, cliches about guitars. They say, well, the guitar is only good if it was made in 1954. And I was always one that if somebody tells me it has to be this way, I always do it the other way. So if the collectors and the, in quotes, critics say, well, you have to play a Fender guitar from the 50s, I make sure that I don't, because I want to open people's eyes to other possibilities. I try to do that with my music, I try to do that with my instruments, I try to do that with the amplifier company I have used for 30 years. And they mainly make amplifiers for like heavy metal guitar players. Most blues critics go, oh, well, you can't use that amp. And I go, yes, I can, and listen, it sounds fine.
This is like a perfect summer's day in the UK. What better way could there be of spending the evening?
I love the blues. I'm a huge B.B. King fan and Stevie Ray Vaughan fan, and I love jazz and blues. So Walter Trout I've heard of. Jimmy Ray Vaughan I was looking forward to seeing, but sadly he's not here. But no, it looks great. I've only just arrived. I've got a drink, and I'm really looking forward to it.
You meet people from all generations.
Yeah, with
and
awesome
it's
music
such
taste.
a nice vibe, and you realize that everybody likes the music that you like. So it's an amazing experience to see people who come together from all age groups and like the same kind of music and move to the same groove, and which you do not see in any other festival.
And what's really warmed my heart is that you see these little kids with their parents walking around. Like, it's brilliant that you can expose your children
I
to
wish
that
my
kind of music.
parents had taken me to a festival like this.
I wish these things existed when we were kids, no?
Yeah.
I'm an all kind of music fan. You know, I've been just so busy this week. I actually don't even know who the lineup is. I just know if the Blues Fest is on, I should be here. I come to Mehboob Studio often enough. This is a better use of it than what I do.
Blues is kind of a new obsession. I was more rock and roll, so maybe the old school Chuck Berry and kind of those kind of guitarists. So right now, Jimmy Thackery, very much.
Actually, I want to listen to Jimmy Thackery, I've followed his music for a long time, and it's just fantastic that he's here. So unfortunately, I can't come tomorrow because I'm out of town. But Jimmy Thackery is it for me tonight. Well, it's fabulous and it's growing, and it's going to get even bigger. And look at it, it's like full, So, compared to the first year to now, it's been quite a huge increase in the number of people. And actually, more than anything, it's an awareness of the blues, which is very good.
Yeah, this show is awesome. I've been coming here for the past 3 years, the first, the second, and third. My brother-in-law's flown in from Chennai, and my cousin is flown in from Riyadh for this. I looked forward yesterday to Jimmy Thackery. I think he was God as far as this thing was concerned. And to think that he came here as a replacement for Jimmy Vaughan, the last-minute replacement, I think he should have been there first.
I was shocked because I did not realize that anybody in India even knew what the blues was. I really didn't. But we don't hear about it much in the States. We hear about fans in Europe and even in Australia and Japan and places like that. But India doesn't seem to come up in the conversation for some reason. So when I heard we were coming to India, I went, hey, sign me up, I want to go, because I've never been here. Because I have such a large body of work over the years, what I try to do is balance it out with some very old stuff along with the newest stuff and try to hit everything in between. In the States and in Europe and places like that, there are people that want to hear songs that we did 10 years ago because they're fans of those songs. I feel like this is a completely clean slate.
Just to keep from crying. The way you never wake up on woman on your mind. Yeah, wake up with that woman on your mind. You gotta wake up laughing just to keep from crying. Yeah, your mama got them and your daddy got them and your sister got them and your brother got them now. It's on the phone, baby, and you traveling shoes. I said you know that, baby, that I got that move from blue.
Several years ago, I went totally independent and got out of the industry, quote unquote. Best move I ever made. I'm making more money on my recordings than I ever have because I've cut the middleman out. There's very little what we call brick and mortar retail anymore. We're doing everything online. We're selling directly to our fans, which I think is a much better way to do things. If you're a blues fan, and particularly a fan of my blues, I want to just sell directly to you. I don't want to go through a record company and a distributor and a promotion guy and a publicist and all this stuff. If I know where you live, so to speak, and I have your address and we're communicating, when I have a new record out and you say you want it, I send it right to you. I think it's a much better way to do business.
And I'm looking forward to the Dana Fuchs.
I'm actually really looking forward to watching Dana Fuchs because I'm a vocalist myself and I think she's an absolute inspiration because she's got so much energy on stage.
This is a country I've always wanted to come see, and the fact that I get to do it because of music is just that much more special. Even jet lagged, I think it's going to be pretty high energy. For me, it's just important. I want to I want to just get the audience in my skin and us to just be in this place together. And, you know, I always call the show like the Church of Love. Like, you know, forget religion, just we're all here together to get away from the hardships of life we all have. You know, it's our moment together to just stomp and sweat and spit and really get inside music.
She was wonderful. I mean, absolutely great.
Donna Fuchs?
She was killing it. She did Etta James. I would rather go blind. Amazing. YouTube it.
Beautiful performance.
Yeah, today was a great day. Real good acts. We are coming for the third time. It was a great experience.
I'm not like a blues fan, but I just, because of the Mahindra Blues, I started appreciating the blues a lot more. And I think Dana was really power-packed. She got the audience into it, and she's really out there.
I'm really looking forward to Robert Randolph. I watched him last year, and he was crazy. I watched him on the Crossroads 2004, and since then I've loved him. And his instrument's really special. 13-string pedal guitar, you don't see that too often. So.
And Mr. Randolph is going to be great too. I know. The blues means it's my life. You live it, and only if you live it can you play it, I believe.
It's the first time at the festival. I am a fan of the blues. Just came here to check it out because I've heard so much about it.
I've come here primarily because of Robert Randolph. I play the guitar too. Would love to do gigs, in the near future. So that's something, it's like a learning experience for me. So that's the reason I come over here.
He is amazing. He is something else with his style of his electric, the steel string guitar, the Hawaiian guitar actually. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I was actually introduced to the blues by my kaka a couple of years ago only. Otherwise, classic rock and just rock. So I'm looking forward to it now. I am happy that we're having festivals like this, honestly. And yeah, I'm going to keep coming from now on.
I am his sister, and I have been introduced to the blues by my father and cousin brother, and so I've just come along to give them moral support.
It's wonderful to be back in Mumbai for the second time, here at this beautiful festival. It's it was really good for me to be here last year, so I'm happy to be back. Everybody be ready to dance, shake the tails off, and have a good time. I remember the crowd was really excited last time. It was really fun to be here. The crowd was very energetic, and it's great to see the blues, really make it in India here, and the future of rock and roll and everything else. So it was a really fun crowd last year.
Everybody's doing this. Hey, everybody in this town. Do the hip shake, babe. Do the hip shake, babe. Do the hip, babe. Shake your hips, babe. Shake your hips, babe. Shake your hips, babe. Shake your hips, babe. It ain't that.
I'm beginning to realize that we are achieving what we had set out to achieve, which is to really make sure that the blues becomes a movement here, not just a one-off concert every year, but something that gets a cult following, gets believers, it gets a tribe of followers. And if you saw the finale tonight and the enthusiasm of the people here, I think we turned the audience here into a tribe, but also the performers. They were all together. And that's become a tradition of the Mahindra Blues Festival. It doesn't happen everywhere, but all the performers jam at the end of the session, which I think has become a unique trademark of this festival.
Thank you so very much. So great to be here in Mumbai at the Mahindra Blues Fest. May God bless everybody in here. Thank you so very much. We are Robert Randolph and the Family Band, and thank you for being here with us.